Namaskar, I'm here with Nirainjan. Tell us, how did you get into Anandanagar?
Namaskar. I got into Anandanagar when, in my final year of university in 2002, about 20 years ago. And I was interested in spirituality from around the age of 15, 16. But I didn't have a real regular practice. So when I met Anandanagar at university, there was a meditation society, and that was what I was really looking for, a regular practice. And I used to think, I went to Liverpool University, study psychology, German, and I used to think, why have I chosen to come here? And in my final year, I understood that was probably the main reason, because to meet Anandanagar, because there were only two or three universities that I could have met Anandanagar at the time.
So, and how long into Anandanagar before you had your first significant Baba training?
After about 1 year of meeting Anandanagar, getting initiation, then I had quite an interesting Baba dream. So in this dream I was in India, and it was summer, it was all dry and hot, and I was standing near a temple in India, and suddenly I saw Baba is coming along with a group of people, a group of Margis, and when Baba approached me and came past, he just looked at me and said, gave namaskar and said, "Oh, now you've also come." And then we went inside the temple, and then it was just me and Baba alone in the temple. And we were talking many things. Some things I don't remember, but I remember talking to him about Dhyan. And at the time I only had 2 lessons of Anandanagar. And Baba said, now's not the time for you to do Dhyan, but he was telling some things about it to me. But he said, you do Guru Sukash, and he gave me special guidelines how to practice Guru Sukash. So he said, when I wake up in the morning, I should make a kind of clapping sound like this when waking up. And then he said, pour some water into your hands. So pour water into my hands, and then he said that I should pour that water down to the earth. And he said, offer me your anger when you do that. And then he said to do Guru Sukash. So that was quite interesting, and I started to do that. And I found this helps me to wake up. I'm not someone who easily wakes up in the morning, so I think this clapping sound helps to wake me up. And the water maybe...
So you've got your palms facing up,
yeah, like this.
Down facing
yeah.
up. On your knees?
He just said to pour the water into hands like this, and then pour the water down,
so
and then
arms are straight.
Yeah, and then he said to arms are straight, palms facing up. And I didn't consider myself an angry person, so I was thinking, why is Baba saying to offer him my anger? But I thought later on I realized that, yeah, there is anger there. Maybe sometimes it's more suppressed, and it's not that I'm always angry, but sometimes it builds up, and so I think that's why Baba told me to offer it. And then after we finished talking, I left that room of the temple, and when leaving, I realized I hadn't even done namaskar to Baba. What to talk of sastang pranam. And so I looked through the window from outside, and I gave namaskar to Baba. And Baba returned the namaskar and was smiling, like understanding everything which was going on in my mind. And then a friend of mine from England was next to me in this dream, and I just commented to him, look, Baba looks so ordinary, you wouldn't imagine how amazing he is, how extraordinary he is. And that was there was one more thing which happened in the dream, that there outside of the temple, where Baba had been walking, where we all had been before, I saw an image of Shiva appearing in the ground. And that just made me understand that there was a connection between Baba and Shiva when I was a new Margi. The next the next dream I had was just a short one, when I was LFT working in Germany. And it was quite short, but there was another interesting one. Baba had just taken bath, and he was wearing a towel. He opened the bathroom door. I was just outside, and he said, "Oh, do you mind cleaning the bathroom for me this time?" he said. And so I understood Baba always normally cleans his bathroom, but this time he was requesting me to clean it. And then I went inside and cleaned the bathroom, and then that was it. But it made me, when I woke up, I thought what Baba's trying to teach me, and basically about Shocha, to always maintain cleanliness, the importance of it, and how Baba was maintaining that himself as well. After that, there was one more dream which I had when this was just after my LFT training. I'd already completed LFT training, but in the dream I was still like an LFT with a group of LFTs, and suddenly it was in the night time, and we were all in a field, and suddenly we heard Baba is coming. And we quickly rushed. I was rushing to be the first to reach where Baba was, and he came up in a car and stepped out of the car, and I did Sastang Pranam and stood up. Afterwards, Baba asked me, "Are you practicing Manavarata in the morning?" And I put my head down, looking a bit ashamed, because I hadn't been practicing Manavarata in the morning. And even till this day, I understand that, though sometimes I forget, but whenever I remember this dream, then I realize how important it is to maintain the sanctity of that morning time, and the importance of focusing on your spiritual practice and not getting distracted by various works that come up. And after that, in the dream, we were still in that field, and I was in front of Baba, and Baba was blessing me he put his hand on my Sahasra chakra and was repeating lots of mantras, lots of Sanskrit mantras, very quickly, so many mantras which I couldn't understand, but I was starting to feel very blissful. And then at the same time, I was aware there were other people behind me, and Baba, while giving this blessing, he was still somehow communicating with them and engaged with them as well. And I was thinking how Baba's able to manage many things at one time. It was like he was communicating with myself, but also with the other people. And then I woke up feeling very blissful as well.
Tell us about the work you're doing now at Anandanagar.
So, last 7.5 years I'm living here in Anandanagar in the Naturopathy and Yogic Treatment Centre. So we're treating lots of chronic disease, cases of chronic disease such as diabetes, stomach ailments, liver, kidney problems. I had always been interested in this, in naturopathy and detox. I used to work in a detox centre in England. And then afterwards I was volunteering more in Anandanagar, and also considering whether to be a family person or a sannyasi, and that was quite uncertainty in my life. But when I came to India 7.5 years ago, just everything came into place at the right time. Like, I really felt Baba brought me here and wanted me to do this work. And Dada Dharma Vedananda, who was starting this project, he just requested that I continue to manage it. So I'm here since that time. I got married 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, and to Tapasudha from Orissa, and she's also helping here in the center. And yeah, we've had many dadas and didis come for treatment as well as Margis, and nowadays also non-Margis are finding us in the internet, and as well as helping them with their chronic diseases, we're also able to share so much of what Baba's given, because we include that in our program, means like kirtan, meditation, yoga asanas, kaushiki, tandava, vyapakshocha. So yeah, they're all very open to trying these things. Yeah, so this year we also having a sadhana intensive here, which is also very special, because Anandanagar is really a place that can bring out this bliss if you go deep into your meditation. And this is a place where it's easier to do that with all the tantra periods and the vibration that's been left behind. And so we're doing longer sadhana during this intensive, which everyone I'm seeing is getting benefit in their sadhana. And it's creating a really nice vibration for myself as well. I'm really enjoying this time to go deeper in meditation and receive very inspiring classes from senior Magis and Dadas.
Thank you.